I was thinking about this topic, the process. And as I continue to get older and live my life, I have learned that there are just some things that you just can't get out of a college classroom, training courses, books, or maybe even a podcast. All of these things I have mentioned are important because we must educate ourselves, and I will always and forever be a lifetime student. But right now, what I am talking about is the process of what can happen as you go along in your life journey. When I look at some of the things I've gone through, yes, with the capital YES, it could be great for testimony. I have heard some people say, thank God I made it through that. But just think for one moment, if you made it through, could you share your story with another person through their pain because you understand what it is to go through a particular situation? There are just some things in life that we have to go through so that we can be value to others. There's no greater feeling than helping someone else. Seek value more than you do success. When you look up this definition for trusting the process, it simply means sticking to a long-term plan even in the face of bad short-term outcomes. I believe the methodology behind it is to accomplish a particular goal. If I could ask a question, is it possible that your goal in life is attached to that very thing that you're looking at as an obstacle? For example, just a few years ago, I had went to a producer showcase and I heard a young man say, Slim, that's what they used to call me. I can't read that music, but I can definitely make a beat. Although there is nothing wrong with that, I suppose. I just had a thought about how important it is to perfect your craft. Yes, you could hire someone that does other things, but what is wrong with studying to understand the history of it? Study and learn whatever your craft is better than anybody else. I know this is absolutely not the same, but for example, I remember when I first started out as a music publicist many moons ago, I had no idea of all the things that it entailed, but I was willing to study and do the work. My first client happened to be Grammy, two-time, I should say, Grammy-winning producer Focus, whom I appreciate and pay so much homage to for giving me an opportunity. But what that opportunity did for me is that it let me know all the things that I needed to learn more about music. I needed to master music. I needed to master public relations. I didn't care about being on the red carpets. I didn't care about hanging out with the celebrities. I was up late at night, writing, studying, and just really wanting to perfect my craft. I taught myself how to read music. I even know how to play the keyboard. I had to know what it is that I was promoting, and I know it like the back of my hand. I understand the history of it because I had taken plenty of music history classes in the past and even some in my college courses. Due to my love, my serious love for music and theater, I absolutely love Broadway. And while it is important to get that one hit that everyone talks about, it is even more important to study the science and the craft of it as well. There are only 12 notes. I love operas, classical, jazz, R&B, and so on and so forth. I truly believe music producers find their sound through rhythm, harmony, and melody. What about the Bachs, the Mozarts, the Beethovens? A producer's job is so important because can you imagine our lives without music? The vibrations that music entails has an effect on our lives more than you know. Can you imagine our lives without music? Great music always helps us travel to a place in a particular time. Life moves and operates on rhythms and vibrations. Music is a magical science. Can you find your sound through whatever it is you're creating or want to create? Let's start putting our soul into what we do because we are denying that people are greatness if we don't. That's just a quick short story because I know I can go on and on and on, but I do understand people's attention span today, so I won't take too much of your time. But I say this to say it's important to ask yourself the question, who am I? It's important to make sure that whatever you're doing is tied to your destiny of what God wants you to do. Study and master your craft, and when you believe in whatever it is that you are creating, you don't worry about what happens along the journey. You just know what it is going to be. When things are happening that you don't particularly like, do what Magic Johnson says. I love this quote. He says, always be ready to adapt and adjust. No one person can define who you are. They definitely can't take what is destined for you. Take it from me. I'm different. I've never fit into the norms of the circles. I've always been a loner, and I'm okay with that. A true visionary sees what shall be, but wakes up to deal with what it is every single day. But they never ever give up on the vision. Have an amazing day. I am Sharon Tildersko, and as always, live beyond fear.